morning, fellow Ambazonians. Today, na Wednesday, number 22 day for this month for June 2022. My name na Capo Daniel, the spokesperson of the Ambazonian Governing Council, aka Sense Pass King, una own countryman. Background song na from Siri Siri featuring Tosbio. Una search am online Siri Siri TV, a young Ambazonian activist and musician, champion of our culture. Una welcome to our daily podcast, a program where they bring meaningful information, fact-based analysis for help we navigate this journey to freedom, the independence of the former British Southern Cameroon, Ambazonia. Fellow people of Ambazonia, good citizen of Ambazonia, the colonial state La République du Cameroon they get their new toilet paper. Bâtonnier Mba Eric, we hail from the great state of Momo, then be elected as the new president for Cameroon Bar Association, a betrayal for the cause we na lawyer them, they be ignite them over 5 years ago. The barrister, it don't violate the law of the land. Ambazonian, they be banned for provide political participation for the framework of La République du Cameroon. As such actions them, they legitimize the colonization of our territory and the falsehood of one Cameroon. Barrister Mba Eric and all the co-conspirators them, they ran join the toilet tissue list of the Achiriachu, Inoni Ephraim, Philemon Yang, Peter Mafani Musonge, and Diangote, just to name a few. All these toilet tissues, we know how they go end, and we know their journey. Mr. Mba Eric, you are welcome to the list of exile Ambazonia. He be hereby banished from Ambazonian soil with the pen of immediate arrest if he return or step foot into Ambazonian soil. Any property where Mba Eric and all those who then be guilty for participate as candidates for those elections for La République du Cameroon, their bar association, their property will be confiscated. If they step into their property, they are also forbidden from participating in any association or for visit any marriage ceremony or death ceremony inside Ambazonia. Our public are hereby notified. For across the border into La République du Cameroon, Samuel Eto'o Fils, the famous Cameroon football player, where they ran voted as president for Cameroon the Africa Foot, for Cameroon their own football federation, then plead guilty for crimes of fraud, where it cost over 3.8 million euros. The case it don't end for inside the Spanish court for Barcelona. Since Samuel Eto'o be finished a contract for Barcelona, the Spanish government they then became investigating and for bringing for court for fraud where it because some for hide money for pay tax. Samuel Eto'o is an official criminal, somebody will be guilty for tax evasion, a serious crime for inside Europe. Would await a verdict, but the admission of guilt, it shows say Samuel Eto'o Fils he go need for pay the minimum of the money where he hide them for no pay tax will be at the tune of over 38 million euros. Where for inside CFA for colonial money, it will be about 254 billion colonial currency. Eto'o Fils he be done squander his money. Most of those contracts them he be use them. Those money they be use them for private jets, buy private jets here and there, end up sell them for second-hand price, and all desperately pay huge sum of bribe for become the president of the Cameroon Football Federation. Usa Eto'o Fils he go carry this amount of money for pay him at this time for a career. It go be na a good punishment for somebody where he become for inside Ambazonia for can't talk French for our picking them despite the fact say he know how to talk good English. He turn it back for Ambazonian football fans them for help La République du Cameroon for do propaganda when they be the host the African Cup of Nations something where it be na a choice, where for fit avoid them, somewhere a toe, na a criminal. Unlike football stars like Didier Drogba, where he be use his stardom for bring together the opposition, where they be the fight war against their ruling government, where he come out for their side. Didier Drogba, he be enter for inside rebel their camp for Ivory Coast, embrace the rebel leader, and he help for negotiate the peace deal where he bring back peace for inside Ivory Coast, saving millions of lives. Samuel Eto'o, he then be criticized for embracing Pobia foolishly because he don't want look favor and for become somebody inside the land where he be nobody except for a football talent. Fellow Ambazonians, we go take una also back for Monday for Country Sunday about an incident where it take place for Boya, where now the capital city for Ambazonia, we will not be that ready take time for report on. We then get first-hand testimony for two of the people them where they be involved as victims them of Cameroon terrorism. It be Monday for inside Boya, Cameroon military people them then gather themselves, over 1,000 of them. They enter for inside Boya main town. Then start to go house to house. They kidnap all boys them and men them. Somehow then leave women them behind. This one, it then become an attitude where it happen for inside Boya every year. Like the Republic du Cameroon, they round up thousands of our boys and women, take them, go down for inside their camps them and ask them money before they want release them. They no search their mobile phone them. They no ask them any question concerning Ambazonian struggle. Now just Cameroon military, they do what they are supposed to do to people that they considered as captured people or third-class citizens or their colony. This one, it be worse than Kale. This humiliation for our people them for inside Fako, for our people them for inside Boya. Now for sure we say La Republique na a terrorist regime, a colonial regime, where he own now for humiliate our people. Boya, where it then be heavily militarized, under serious Cameroon control, with our people then being intimidated for protests and use the Monday ghost town for express their political aspiration. A place where you go feel say La Republique, it want show them like a showcase for place where they get military control over. Time and time again, they just come out, harass people them, arrest people them massively. Never in the history of La Republique du Cameroon have their own government and their military treat their population in such a disrespectful manner, in such a manner where it be collective, it be coordinated. If any Ambazonian, it be the doubt how La Republique, this Francophone, this Cameroon government, that they see our people, it be very clear today for all many eyes for see. So the humiliation of thousands of our people them for inside Boya, catch people, their papa, people they went at Bensikin people that they sell for market randomly without any investigation. If it be said they be catch them, that say they find a weapon, we for know. They no search any house for anything. Then simply just look na man picking them and boy them, carry them go tam, make them pay money for their release. Some them pay 40,000, so one them pay 25,000. For all those thousands of people, then where they catch them go tam for inside that their concentration camp them. Imagine the amount of money where they don't extort them for our people them. La Republique na a colony power where then they na for exploit we our natural resource and even our civilians them for make money maximally. Cameroon na a big snake where we must fight them, we must kill them for we for be able to live freely inside the land of our birth. Any man will be the hang for side if the check say he go support o, he no go support o, he be a middleman. May we see the example today for Boya. For sure we say Ambazonia na Ambazonia. It no matter whether you fight with gun, it no matter whether you support publicly or you don't quiet you do your business, sooner or later you go suffer Cameroon terrorism. Cameroon kidnapping for ransom. It target na all Ambazonian. They go look for any excuse or no excuse at all for do criminal activity, for extort our people, for kidnap our people for ransom, for terrorize our people, for put fear for our people them. Imagine they picking them, they mammy them where they she done for us. They see her well-trained military people that they come with gun for can carry their people then go. If people the way them be organized, them be backed by a state with their commandants them, then come with their motto, them officially can carry out such criminal activity, then go away with them with impunity. Nobody no fit ask question because their own colonial governor way day for day. Okala Bilai, he know very well na he send them. They sit down for their office now, they protect them. While people then go now for outside for go complain. While mommy them, our papa them, we need to take this thing 100% serious. We need to fight La République du Cameroon terrorism, until them come out of our country. We need to stand up like one man. Every Monday, we sit down for house for show the world say we don't want anything to do with La République. We need to close our shop them. We need to stop pack our taxi, sacrifice the one day for Monday, for show the world say, wait, it don't meet up we. Big snake is there for our house, we know if they in peace. Cameroon terrorism, it go touch all man for Ambazonia. We must reject them. We must stand up. We must resist them until this colonialism it end for inside our territory and our country be free. This freedom, nothing way the international community is due for we. Now promise way it be for inside international law. Say as a trustee territory, Ambazonia it must be independent. Our journey for decolonize our territory it must finish one day. The fight it must come end one day with Ambazonia in freedom. No country never lose war for decolonization. And Ambazonia is not going to be the first one. Make all man it turn up together. We put hands together for fight for free our country. Fellow Ambazonians, for inside the Ambazonian Governing Council, they don't put a document for outside for put a general code of conduct where it go help all our soldiers them. Make them begin behave in a way where it go befit the struggle where they fight them. A struggle for free a people. Liberators, freedom fighters. We go take time, we go break down the military code of conduct. But first, we want to talk about the charter where they don't release them, where it been a charter for children and women's rights. May we now listen.
These were the fine people who worked on this charter. It was debated. It was submitted to the National Council of the Ambazonian Governing Council for a second reading and adoption. It was adoption with one simple amendment, a recommendation for the inclusion of the protection of vulnerable children within the charter. That particular amendment will be factored into the charter before it is publicized. Thank you, Merci quoi?
I will take the access to education and the personal safety part of the charter. And according to this, all Ambazonian children and alien children living in Ambazonia shall have access to education under the Ambazonian curriculum of education and any acceptable compromise curriculum that will be accepted by the conflicting parties. An Ambazonian Education Board under the Department of Education shall work to establish a curriculum of education for Ambazonia's children and women during this.
The document is long, we will post them and we will share them. Basically, they don't talk say all Ambazonia Pekin and get right for education. That means say all soldiers them for Ambazonia, they must take that obligation for make sure say the area them, the open community school, especially as we don't ban Cameroon government school them. Now, and direct obligation for we now as Ambazonia for fill the gap as we don't defeat La République for many places them for our territory for guarantee semi school is there for take care for our picking them even during the wartime. So we must work hard for make sure say community school then be set up for all area where Ambazonian force then they dey. So if you be Ambazonian force for area where you dey, you need to ask yourself say picking them for that area that they go now for school. If school you know they you must gather the population for that local area, make them create community school. Our transitional authority it work very hard for open our own community school them and for encourage traditional council them for come together for people them for every village for open their community school. We need for must create this one as a law, as a mode, as a conduct for Ambazonia for make sure say we are picking them be educated. We not go use La République their school, but we must provide this alternative. So we must be proactive. It also go down for talk about sexual rights for women them. It forbids say make no Ambazonian soldier in no charge woman in skin, search woman for public place and even for private place. Mean a man picking in no search woman. You must call another woman make can chest search him. If not for security reason, and you must talk why you do want search woman. He also talk say may there not be any arbitrary arrest for woman and picking them in particular. That means say make no Ambazonian force. If una go so una want go do security reason for some place, una no get no right for catch woman them and picking them. Una no fit catch them arbitrary for security reason like that one for move them for house, gather all people them bring them for outside. So if we call people, they say me all man must come for outside, we no fit impose a woman them and picking them must come. They must come now out of their own will. This document is a guarantee fundamental right for our children and our women, even during this time for war. We must be the country we want them today, so that in the future it will happen. We'll not go wait now tomorrow for start begin act the proper way. This law them it be binding, and it also put in obligation, say make no man in not touch woman and picking them. If you need to arrest a woman or a pikin, you need to inform your general, you need to inform the political structure where it is supervised una. Because woman and pikin them are a very special group of people them. We need to restore back respect for our struggle and make the way our soldiers they behave for ground, make it befit the nation where they fight for. This type of document, a very important document. Many times for Africa, now white man that they can't show you about human right. We'll be very proud to say our own people themselves now, that they come out, that they work hard for bring this document, make we own our human right, we respect our own people, their right. Not be because it's a man for abroad, it tell we, or some man it can't need for put it for class, it teach we, but we need for do them as an identity for ourselves and the kind of society we want to live inside. We need for respect women and children's right as an obligation, as an expectation. Where if some man is violate them for some place, even when a civilian, they will feel hold the soldier talk say no, this one is not correct. The one they violate the code of conduct. The one a general code of conduct way an expected standard for all Ambazonian fighters the way they need to live by. We will continue to break them down, for share them with our people them. So that means they absorb them, because a good law now one way the population they be educated about them, and now one way that they hold them strong. It also be forbidden. Say anything will be concern woman and picking them, make soldier you know want them say me they no report. They must get an avenue for report. A hotline will be set up specifically for woman them for inside Ambazonia, where if any woman get problem, if he report them, woman them be forbidden, taken away from the house without due process. You know, if you go say you go arrest a woman, carry a woman, or carry some girl for some place for go to have a camp, woman them sexual exploitation it be forbidden inside Ambazonia. We're going to bring this and more subsequently. Capo Daniel signing off. Background song from Siri TV.